Welcome to Quality During Design, where we talk about product development. Over the holidays, I got my kid a drum kit. It was the only thing they asked for, and now it's collecting dust. It's untouched, but here's the weird thing. While trying to inspire them, I got completely sucked into watching professional drummers on YouTube. Drumeo has a series where they invite popular drummers onto their show, and they have them listen to a popular song. The catch is they can't have heard the song before. It's a completely new song for them, even though it's a popular chart-hitting song. The other catch is that they're listening to the song without the drum track. So there's singers, there's other guitarists, they're hearing the chorus, but they're not hearing any drums. And the challenge for them is to do their own version of the drums for this popular song. And it's really fascinating to watch because they're all nervous. No matter how experienced they are or inexperienced, they're all worried. What if the original drummer watches this and they don't like my interpretation? It's a popular song, so a lot of fans know it. What will the fans think? I mean, they're creating within something that's already beloved. And you know what? They crush it every single time. And by the end, you can just tell that they're in the groove, they're smiling, they're having a lot of fun. So here's what I couldn't stop thinking about. Why does this work so well when some of the other shows on YouTube just show drummers playing around, playing something cool? And those are really kind of meh. Because it turns out the same thing that makes those drummers brilliant is what makes product teams brilliant. And most teams are doing it completely wrong. Let's talk more about these parallels after the brief introduction. Welcome to Quality During Design, the place to use quality thinking to create products others love for less time, less money, and a lot less headache. I'm your host, DIANNA. I'm a senior quality engineer with over 20 years in manufacturing and product development and author of Pierce the Design Fog. I help design engineers apply quality and reliability thinking throughout product development, from early concepts through technical execution. Each episode gives you frameworks and tools you can use. Want a little more? Join the Substack for monthly guides, templates, and Q&A, where I help you apply these to your specific projects. Visit qualityduringdesign.com. Let's dive in. We're talking about creativity within frameworks. There's actually 3 states of team creativity that I look at. It goes along with the Goldilocks principles. In one state, having no guardrails is no good. So picture this. You invite your world-class marketing expert into a room and you say, "We're thinking about this new product concept. Give us your ideas." What kind of ideas do you think you're going to get, or have you experienced getting? They're generic. They're safe. They're meh. When we do this, when we invite people knowledgeable about something to ideate about something new without giving them any kind of guardrails, there's too much white space. Creativity needs something to push against. Thinking about our drummer friends, it would be like asking our drummer to just play around on the drums. While they are impressive, they're also a little bit instructional. And sure, when you're learning anything new, having some standards to learn so that you can develop your skills is a great thing to have. But I think the performance on the Drumeo show is much more creative. Back to our Goldilocks principle. No guardrails is no good. So what if we go to the complete opposite end of that, where we provide a lot of guardrails, where we actually prototype first? We wait to get the prototype done, and then we ask for ideas. We invite our marketing and salespeople in and say, "Here's our idea. What do you think about it?" The problem with that is that now they're experiencing fixedness, which is a cognitive bias. They see what's already been decided and they can't unsee it. Now, instead of bringing their own ideas, they're trying to pick apart minute changes to something that's already been developed. This fails concept development in product design because it's too late. The creative moment has passed. With our drummers, it'd be like playing them the original drum track first. They'll likely just copy it, maybe tweak it a little bit, but it's not going to be as creative as the original Drumeo show. Which leads us to the third point of our Goldilocks principle, which is just right. Frameworks is what makes it just right. And this is where the magic can happen with people and their creativity and their ideation. In the Drumeo show, the song, minus the drums, is the framework. It provides structure, pace, genre cues, obvious chorus and solo sections. Within those guardrails, the drummers have complete creative freedom, and they can produce really awesome tracks. The song doesn't tell them what to play. It tells them where to focus their creativity. Constraints don't kill creativity, they unlock it. Your cross-functional team doesn't need a blank slate or a finished prototype. They need the right framework. Now here's where most product teams get stuck. They understand this concept intellectually, but they don't know when to use frameworks or which ones actually work. So let's talk about when to use them. Most teams either brainstorm too early, where there is no direction at all, or they brainstorm too late when fixedness has set in. And that sweet Goldilocks spot is after business approval, but before detailed design, before engineers start developing requirements and design inputs. You have an idea, and you know it's feasible, you know there's a market, but you haven't designed anything yet. This concept development territory, and most teams skip right over it because of the framework gap. We know that generic brainstorming tools don't work. We know this from a lot of academic studies, from years of research. Just open-ended brainstorming with a blank slate doesn't increase creativity. What does increase creativity are frameworks. There was a telecommunications company that wanted to fill their pipeline with ideas. And so they put out a question to the broad organization. What do you think? What kind of ideas can you come up with that could add to our product line? And over 6 months, they collected 93 ideas and only 3 high-quality ones. But then they changed their framework to something that was more targeted to specifically what they were asking. And over 1 session, they got 11 high-quality ideas. The effectiveness of a framework depends on its design and the alignment with what you're trying to learn. That's where the concept space model comes in. And think of it like the song structure for product teams. There's 3 focus areas. There's inputs. Where's your customer when they reach for your product? Physically, where are they? Where are they mentally? What kind of problem are they experiencing? The process. What are the 5 to 7 steps from start to finish to help your customer get from A to B? I mean, they're using your product. What steps are they taking? And then the outputs. When we have an intended output, when our product works, what benefits are our customers experiencing? And when it doesn't work, what symptoms are they experiencing? And what is the impact of that on our customers? The concept space model provides guardrails. We're talking about this customer and this use scenario. Because of that, it helps enable creativity. Within those guardrails, your team's expertise can really shine, and it can create alignment without dictating features. We're using a systems approach, but we're targeting and focusing on the user's experience, our customers. Now, once you identify some of these key areas, let's talk about benefits. Once you identify benefits, then you drill down a little further. You turn benefits into customers can have this feature so they can experience this value. And then your team starts to list drivers and how to have this feature and what maximizes the experience. This is what helps you bridge from customer experiences to design inputs, still without doing engineering yet. And the result is that your team leaves with clarity on what matters most, prioritized benefits, and targeted questions for design before anyone opens CAD or writes a single line of code. So that dusty drum kit in my house might not have inspired my kid yet, but watching those drummers work within constraints, It reminded me why great products don't come from blank slates or rushed prototypes. Your cross-functional team already knows their parts. They're world-class at what they do. They just need the right framework to play together, to create something that resonates with customers before a single component is specified. Just like those drummers facing an unfamiliar song, your team might feel nervous when the constraints aren't clear. Give them too much freedom, they freeze. Give them a finished design, they just polish what's there. But give them the right framework, watch them find their groove. Frameworks don't limit creativity, they liberate it. Now, here's the thing. Understanding that frameworks work is one thing. Actually implementing them with your cross-functional team on your real project, that can be where teams get stuck. Which framework do we use for this situation? How do I facilitate this without turning it into another status meeting? What if my team resists or doesn't see the value? This is exactly why I wrote Pierce the Design Fog, and why I created the Pierce the Design Fog workshop. It's specifically designed to help teams learn and apply these frameworks to their actual project, not a hypothetical example, your project, in just 2 days. You'll walk away with actionable design inputs, not just theory, aligned priorities across functions, and the confidence to run these sessions themselves going forward. If your team is stuck in that gap, you've got business approval, but you're not ready for detailed design, this might be exactly what you need. I'll put a link in the show notes to schedule a free discovery call. We'll talk about your specific project and whether this workshop is the right fit. No pressure, just a conversation about what you're working on and how frameworks might help. Until next time, remember, your best ideas are waiting on the other side of the right constraints. This has been a production of DIANNA Enterprises. Thanks for listening.